Nobody saw this coming.
Villa's decisive goal, his first for the club, a header that kept their European ambitions alive. Those are the moments that complicate his evaluation. There is talent, there is quality, but there is no sustained run that screams, sign him permanently, and that leaves Villa in a difficult position. Do they commit, or do they step away? If Emery, a coach known for tactical clarity and player development, cannot unlock consistency, where does Sancho turn next? Because this is not 2020 anymore. He is no longer the hottest young winger in Europe. He is a 25-year-old searching for stability. Meanwhile, back at Old Trafford, the rebuild continues. United have a 2-week break after their FA Cup exit. By the time they face Everton, nearly 2 weeks will have passed since Benjamin Sesko secured a point at West Ham. But the headlines have not paused. Michael Carrick's future as manager remains under scrutiny. 12 matches left, 12 opportunities to strengthen his case. Casemiro has already confirmed he will leave at the end of the season. Marcus Rashford's loan at Barcelona could become permanent. And then there are the younger players navigating uncertain loan spells. Sekou Kone's move to Lausanne-Sport has not gone to plan. He debuted as a substitute in a league defeat to Thun. Since then, unused in 2 more matches. Now excluded from the Conference League squad. That exclusion stings. United had highlighted possible European involvement as a reason for the loan. Lausanne are seeded for the playoff round after finishing 9th in the league phase. Yet Kone will not feature. For a 20-year-old midfielder seeking development and minutes, this is concerning. United are reportedly uneasy about the situation. Loan planning is supposed to accelerate progress. Instead, it risks stagnation. And while United navigate internal uncertainty, Barcelona may complicate their transfer ambitions yet again. Borussia Dortmund right-back Julian Ryerson is reportedly on United's radar. So is 16-year-old German midfielder Kenneth Eichhorn, but Barcelona are monitoring both. Eichhorn, playing for Hertha Berlin in the second Bundesliga, has already established himself in the first team, despite only turning 16 in July. 12 appearances this season. Composure beyond his years. A reported £10 million release clause. Bayern Munich, Eintracht Frankfurt, Bayer Leverkusen, RB Leipzig, Real Madrid and United are all watching. Barcelona are there too, twice derailed by the same club. It would not be the first time. For United, this summer feels pivotal. Sancho's departure symbolises the end of a miscalculation. Casemiro's exit marks the conclusion of a short-term solution. Rashford's future remains delicate. Young talents need clearer pathways. Transfer targets are contested, and managerial stability is not guaranteed. The Sancho story should serve as a lesson. Talent alone is not enough. Fit matters. Mentality matters. Timing matters. When United signed him, the expectation was transformation. Instead, they got turbulence. Now, as he prepares to move on, the challenge shifts to him. At 25, he still has years ahead. But opportunities at elite clubs narrow quickly. If Villa hesitate, he may need to look abroad again. A league where the spotlight is less harsh, where confidence can be rebuilt quietly. Because here is the truth. Sancho's career is not finished. Yet it is at a crossroads. And Manchester United, meanwhile, are trying to ensure they do not stand at this same crossroads again in 2 years' time. The next wave of signings must be smarter. The next wave of loans must be clearer. The next era must be more stable. Sancho will leave. The question is whether United leave behind the mistakes that defined his time there or repeat them all over again. Arsenal will only have the best squad if they win the Premier League. This is the moment of truth for Mikel Arteta. Not next season, not in theory, not on paper, now. Because if Arsenal want to talk about having the best squad in England, they have to prove it where it matters. On the pitch, with trophies in their hands. And this season, the stakes could not be higher. Arsenal are chasing 4 competitions: the Premier League, the Champions League, the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, 4 fronts, relentless schedule, games every 3 days, pressure that doesn't breathe, and already the cracks are beginning to show. Martin Odegaard ruled out for Wolves. Kai Havertz sidelined. Mikel Merino out for most of the season after surgery on a broken foot. This is where depth stops being a buzzword. This is where squad management defines legacies. Because let's be honest, winning a quadruple borders on impossible. English football history tells us that. But Arsenal have done doubles before. 1971, 1998, 2002. Those teams are immortal. Those players are folklore. This generation, talented, exciting, deep, but not immortal. Not yet. On paper, you can argue this is Arsenal's deepest squad in years, maybe decades. Options in every position, quality on the bench, players who can change games. Martin Zubimendi has been one of the signings of the season. Calm, intelligent, reliable. Piero Hincapié arrived late in the window and people questioned it. He's already justified it. Eberechi Eze, big fee. Stop-start campaign. But undeniable quality. Christian Mosquera, Christian Norgard. Smart additions, not glamorous, but important. Noni Madueke, inconsistent at times, yet vital cover for Bukayo Saka. This is not a thin squad, but the best squad is not about names. It is about winning. It is about mentality when legs are heavy in March. It is about chemistry when pressure suffocates. It is about unsung heroes stepping up when superstars fall. And this is where the comparison becomes uncomfortable. Manchester City. They have proven winners everywhere. Players who know how to grind out titles, who understand the final stretch, who thrive in it. That is why they are still considered by many to have the best squad, not because of hype, because of medals. Liverpool were in that conversation too after bold transfer business, big arrivals, big statements. But even that means nothing unless it translates into dominance on the pitch. This Arsenal side has promise, but promise does not equal proof. And if there is one lingering question around Arteta, it is this: can he manage the squad through the storm? Last season fell apart at the wrong moment. Injuries hit. Fatigue crept in. The rhythm broke. Arne Slot talked about tapering training, protecting legs, managing intensity. And Liverpool cruised to the title. That is not luck. That is control. Now Arteta faces his biggest test, Wolves away. Then the North London derby. High stakes, emotional battles, physical demands. This is where title-winning squads reveal themselves. Because the best squad is not about having 20 brilliant players. It is about having the right balance, the right rotation, the right mentality when everything tightens. It is about belief. Can Arsenal hold their nerve? Can they survive injuries? Can the so-called squad players elevate themselves into match winners? Because here is the brutal truth. Until Arsenal lift the Premier League trophy, no one can definitively call this the best squad in England. The champions own that title, always. And over the next 3 months, Arteta's players have a chance to write their names into history, to end 22 years of waiting, to become legends, or to remain a talented team that almost did. The difference between those two outcomes: execution under pressure. This is not about potential anymore. This is about legacy. And if Arsenal want to be remembered alongside the great teams of 1971, 1998 and 2002, they must deliver now. Because in football, the best squad is not debated, it is crowned.